जिनके हृदय मेरा मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम राम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम श्री राम राम राम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेत राम नाम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेत राम भव समुद्र सुखद नाव। भव समुद्र सुखद नाव। एक राम नाम श्री राम 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 श्री प्रेम मुदित प्रेम मुदित प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम। मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम। मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम। निराधार को आधार, निराधार को आधार, एक राम नाम, राम राम। राम नाम में लीन है, देखत सब मेरा, ताके पद बंदन करूं, जिनके हृदय मेरा। कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे, लेत राम नाम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे, लेत राम नाम। भव समुद्र सुखद नाव, भव समुद्र सुखद नाव। एक राम नाम, मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम। मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम। निराधार को आधार, निराधार को आधार, एक राम नाम। राम 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 श्री राम राम। प्रेम मुदित प्रेम मुदित।
So, namaste everyone, welcome to the Sankat Mochan Hanuman temple. Today we are gathered here and we are going to do starting puja for reading the Ramayana path. So, we will be reading from the Sri Ramcharitamanas Ramayana, and the program is basically to read every Saturday for about 45 minutes for an year. So, we just concluded our Mahamrityunjay mantra Anushtan Japa mantra which lasted about an year, and now we are planning to have the Ramayana part every Saturday, hopefully from 5 to 6 before the Aarti. So, today is the first day. So, we will be starting before the Ramayana first part, which will be read at about 5 o'clock. We will be starting with the puja, Sri Ramcharitamanas Puja, invocation and worship to Sri Valmiki, Sri Tulsi Das Ji, Shankar Bhagwan, Hanumanji, all the three brothers of Sita, of Sri Ramji and Sita Mata, and we will be worshipping and invoking them and requesting them to come to our prayers and have a seat. And then we will be doing the puja, and we will be finishing with the Ramayana Ji ki Aarti, followed by we will be doing the first reading of the first day of the reading for Ramayana. So, with that we will start, and please join us. Om. Jai 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 Bajrang Bali ki Jai Ho Bhavan Sutta Hanuman ki Jai. So we'll be performing the puja as prescribed in the Sri Ramcharitamanas Ramayana book, and we start with invoking and worshipping the various gods and ask them to take their seats. So we'll start with worship and invocation for Sri Ganeshji and the Panchopchar Puja. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Om Sumukhasya Ekadantasya Kapilogajakarnaka Lambodharasya Vikato Vignanasho Vinayakah Dhumraketurganadhyaksha Bhalachandra Gajanana Dvadashayatani Namani Yah Patescha Shunyadapi Vidyarambe Vivahe Cha Praveshe Nirgame Tatha Sangrame Sankate Cha Vignastasya Najayate Vignavalli Kutharaye Shri Ganadhipatye Namaha Vakrtunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha अविघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुक्लां वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजयः येषमिन्दिवरश्यामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः। जय 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 गणपति भगवान की जय हो। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतिगुं हवामहे निधीनां त्वा निधिपतिगुं हवामहे वत्सो ममाहं जानि गर्भधम् आत्वमजासि गर्भधम्। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री गणेशाय नमः। जय 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 गणपति भगवान की जय। धूप। ओम धूपं समर्पयामि श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम दशांगमं गुग्गुलं धूपं सुगंधिं सुमनोहरम् उमासुत नमस्तुभ्यं गृहाणवरदो भव। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। So we'll start with the Avahanam mantra. So these mantras are to invoke and worship Goswami Tulsi Das Ji, Sage Valmiki, Lord Shiva, Sri Hanumanji, and the divine couple Sita and Sri Ramchandra Ji, along with Sri Ram's three divine brothers Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrughna. And then we'll invoke and worship them, and then we'll do the Panchopchar Puja. So first we'll start with invocation for Sri Tulsi Das Ji. Atha Avahanam mantra. So we'll take flowers and rice and akshat in our right hand, and with each mantra we'll offer to the God. Om Tulsi Kanamasto Bhyam Gaccha Shuchi Vrata Nairitya Upavishyedam Pujanam Pratigrihyaitam. Om Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Tulsidas. Please come here, O saint of holy vows. Taking your seat in the southwest, accept this adoration. Obeisance to Tulsidas. Then we invoke and worship Sri Valmiki Ji. Om Shri Valmika Namastubhyam Ihagaccha Shubhaprada Uttara Purvayor Madhye Tishta Griheshnava Merchanam. Om Valmikaya Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Valmiki. Pray come here, O bestower of blessings. Take your seat in the northeast and accept my homage. Obeisance to Valmiki. And we worship and invoke Shankar Bhagwan and Parvati Mata. Om Gauripate Namastubhyam Mihagaccha Maheshwara Purva Dakshinayor Madhya Tishta Pujam Grihaname Om Gauripataye Namaha. Obeisance to you, O spouse of Gauri, Parvati Mata. Pray come here, O mighty Lord. Kindly take your seat in the southeast and accept my homage. Obeisance to the spouse of Gauri. And we invoke and worship Sri Lakshmanji along with his cohort. Om Shri Lakshmana Namastubhyam Iha Gaccha Saha Priyaha Yamya Bhage Samatishta Pujanam Sangrihaname Om Shri Sapatnikai Lakshmanai Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Lakshmana. Please come here with your beloved consort Urmila. Kindly occupy the southern quarter of the altar and accept my homage. Obeisance to Lakshmana and his consort. And then we invoke and worship Sri Shatrugna along with his consort. Om Shri Shatrugna Namastubhyam Iha Gaccha Saha Priyaha Pithasya Paschime Bhage Pujanam Swikurushva Me. Om Shri Satsi Patnikai Shatrugnaya Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Shatrugna. Please come here with your beloved consort Srutkriti. Seating yourself in the western quarter of this altar, pray, accept our homage. Obeisance to Shatrugna with his consort. And we invoke Bharatji with his consort. Om Shri Bharat Namastubhyam Iha Gaccha Saha Priyaha Pitaksya Uttare Bhage Tishta Pujam Grihaname. Om Shri Sapatnikai Bharataye Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Bharat. Pray come here with your beloved consort, Mandavi. Please sit down in the northern quarter of the altar and accept our homage. Obeisance to Bharat and his wife. And we invoke Sri Hanumanji. Om Shri Hanuman Namastubhyam Iha Gaccha Kripanidhe Purva Bhagam Samatishta Pujanam Swikaru Prabho. Om Hanumate Namaha. Obeisance to you, O Hanuman. Pray come here, O mine of compassion. Please occupy the eastern quarter and accept our homage, O Lord. Obeisance to Hanuman. So we'll meditate on Sri Ramji. अथ प्रधान पूजा च कर्तव्या विधि पूर्वकं पुष्पांजलि गृहीत्वा तु ध्यानं कुर्यात् परस्य च रक्ताम्भोजदलाभिरामनयनं पीताम्बरालङ्कृतं श्यामाङ्गं द्विभुजं प्रसन्नवदनं श्रीसीतया शोभितं कारुण्यामृतसागरं प्रियगणैर्भ्रातदिभिर्भावितं वन्दे विष्णु शिवादेशव्यमनिशं भक्तेष्टसिद्धिप्रदम् आगच्छ जानकीनाथ जानक्या सह राघव गृहाण मम पूजां च वायुपुत्राधिवीर्युतः. Offer flowers and pushp. I ever adore Sri Ram, whose charming eyes resemble the petals of a red lotus, who is clad in yellow raiments and has a dark brown form endowed with a pair of arms, who wears a cheerful countenance, is accompanied by Sri Sita and is an ocean of nectar in the form of mercy, who is waited upon even by Vishnu, Shiva and others, and is meditated upon along with his three brothers and other favorite attendants, Hanuman and others, and who grants the desires of his devotees. Please come, O Lord of Janaka's daughter, along with Sita, and accept my homage with Hanuman, son of the wind god, and others, O Scion of Raghu. Ityavahanam. So with this we complete the invocation and worship and welcome all the gods to their seats. And now we'll start the Shodashopchar pujan, so which is 16 offerings to the Lord. So first we offer asan to Sri Ram. Om asanam samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. water for washing feet. Om Padyam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Argyam, you're offering water, flowers and fruits. Om Argyam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. And then water for rinsing the mouth. Om Achmaniyam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. And then we offer water for bathing. Om Snaniyam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. And we offer clothes, Vastram. Om Vastram Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. We offer Gandham, Roli, sandalwood, and Akshat. Om Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Om Ramaya Rambhadraya Ramchandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Shri Sita Mataya Namaha. Om Ramaya Rambhadraya Ramchandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Hanumataye Namaha. Om Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Mahabalaye Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai 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 Gurudev Ki Jai Ho. Jai Baba. Om Shri Ram Darbaya Namaha. Om Shri Gauri Patiye Namaha. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Cha. Om Shri Saraswatyaye Namaha. Jai 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 Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. Jai 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 Jai. Jai Shri Ramcharitamanas. And we offer flowers. Flowers represent the mind. Om Pushpam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Shri Hanumataye Namaha. Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Ram Darbar Namaha. Shri Gauri Patye Namaha. Shri Saraswatyaye Namaha. And we offer Dhoop. Om Dhupam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. And we offer Deep. Om Deepam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. We offer Nevedyam, food. ॐ नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा पानाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। We offer the sound of the bell. Om Ghanta Samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. And we offer the song along with the chamaram. Om Geetam Samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. So we'll be singing the Prema Mudit Man Se Kaho song along with showing fan to Shri Ram Sita. प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, राम राम राम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेत राम नाम, समुद्र सुखद नाव एक राम नाम। श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, राम राम। परम शांति सुख निधान एक राम नाम, को आधार एक राम नाम। राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, राम राम राम। परम गुप्त परम इष्ट मंत्र राम नाम, संत हृदय सदा बसत एक राम नाम। राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। महादेव सतत जपत दिव्य राम नाम, काशी मरत मुक्त करत कहत राम नाम। राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम, भगत जनन जीवन धन एक राम नाम। राम राम राम, श्री 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 राम राम राम। And we offer umbrella, chhatram, which represents the Sahasrar Chakra. Om Chhatram Samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. And we offer Tambulam. Om Tambulam Samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. Jai Jai Jai. Mala. Om Tambulam Samarpayami Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. Jai 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 Sita Ramchandra Ji Jai. And then we offer our prayers. Om Vandanam Samarpayami Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha Kayena Vacha Mansendriyarva Buddhyatmana Va Prakrate Svabhava Karomi Yajna Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayeti Samarpayami Om Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. And then we'll do Viniyog. So take water in your right hand and with this following mantra, offer it to the Lord. Om Asya Shri Manamanasa Ramayana Shri Ramacharitasya Shri Shivakaka Bhushindi Yagyavalkya Goswami Tulsi Das Rishayah Shri Sita Ramo Devata Shri Ramanama Bijam Bhavaroga Hari Bhaktihi Shaktihi Mama Niyantritash Vigyataya Shri Sita Rama Priti Purvaka Kasal Kamala Manoratha Siddhyartham Pathe Viniyogah. Of this story of Sri Ram, known by the name of Manas Ramayana, Lord Shiva, the sages Kagbhushandi and Yagyavalkya and Goswami Tulsi Das are the seers. Sri Ram, united with his consort Sita, is the deity. The name Ram is the seed, devotion, which cures the disease of transmigration, is the Shakti, motive force or energy, and the object of this reading is to ward off all evils and accomplish all one's desires through the propitiation of Sita and Ram. So we'll do a brief pranayam with the Yugal Bij mantra, which is a sacred mantra and very dear to Sri Sita Ram. And we can do the pranayam with the following mantra, Shri Sita Ramabhyam Namaha. So we'll do just a brief pranayam, we'll ring the bell when the pranayam is over. Om Shri Sita Ramabhyam Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Shri Ramabhadraya Namaha. So we can start the pranayam and chant the Yugal Bij mantra, Shri Sita Ramabhyam Namaha. So now we'll do the practice of Karanyas. Karanyas is the practice of invoking and installing the mantras on the various fingers, palms and back of the hands. And these are chaupayas or quatrain. We'll be singing along when doing the Karanyas. So we'll start you can start with the root of the thumb and move to the tip of each finger with each chopai. जगमंगल गुण ग्राम राम के दानी मुकुति धन धर्म धाम के ओम अंगुष्ठाभ्याम नमः to the index finger. राम राम कही जे जमुहाहि तिनहि न पाप पुंज समुहाहि तर्जनीभ्याम नमः to the middle finger. राम सकल नामन हत अधिका हो नाथ अग खग गण बधिका ओम मध्यवम नमः to the ring finger. उमा दारु जोशित की नाई सबहि न चावत राम गोसाई ओम अनामिकाभ्याम नमः to the little finger. सन्मुख होई जीव मोहि जबहि जन्म कोटि अगनासहि तबहि ओम कनिष्ठिकाभ्याम नमः. And then fingers on top of each other from left palm, left hand on top of the right hand and switching in the middle. माम अभिरक्षय रघुकुल नायक धृत बर चाप रुचिर कर सायक करतल कर पृष्ठाभ्याम नमः. Then we'll do the practice of Anganyas, where we join the four fingers and touch the various parts of the body along with the heart region. And again, this is with each quatrain, each chopai, and chopai has 16 matras, so each charan has 16 matras, and then we'll be moving to various parts of the body, starting with the heart center. जगमंगल गुण ग्राम राम के दानी मुकुति धन धर्म धाम के ओम हृदयाय नमः to the forehead. राम राम कही जे जमुहाहि तिनहि न पाप पुंज समुहाहि ओम शीर्षे स्वाहा to the top of the head. राम सकल नामन हते अधिका हो नाथ अग खग गण बधिका ओम शिखाय वशट to both shoulders. उमा दारु जोशित की नाई सबहि न चावत राम गोसाई ओम कवचाय हुम to both eyes. सन्मुख होई जीव मोहि जबहि जन्म कोटि अगनासहि तबहि ओम नेत्राभ्याम वशट. And then in the last chopai we'll take the right hand and go clockwise around our head, and with the middle and ring finger clap on the left hand. माम अभिरक्षय रघुकुल नायक धृत बर चाप रुचिर कर सायक अस्त्राय फट. And then we'll be singing some more chopais, and then these will be in the form of dhyan and meditating upon Lord Ram. मामवलोकय पंकज लोचन कृपा बिलोकनि सोच विमोचन नील तामरस श्याम काम हरि हृदय कंज मकरंद मधुप हरि जातु धान बरूथ बल भंजन मुनि सज्जन रंजन अघ गंजन भूसुर शशि नव बृंद बलाहक असरन सरन दीन जन गाहक भुज बल विपुल भार मही खंडित खरदूषण विराध बद पंडित रावनारी सुख रूप भूप बर जय दशरथ कुल कुमुद सुधाकर सुजस पुराण विदित निगमागम गावत सुर मुनि संत समागम कारुणिक बयलैक मद खंडन सब विधि कुशल कौशला मंडन कलिमल मथन नाम ममतान तुलसीदास प्रभु पाहि प्रणत जन. Look at us, O Lord, with lotus-like eyes. You rid the devotee of sorrow by your gracious look. You are swarthy of you like the blue lotus, O Hari, and a bee as it were drinking in the nectarian love of the lotus-like heart of Lord Shiva. You crush the might of the demon host, delight the sages and saints, and wipe out sins. You are a mass of fresh clouds for the crop in the form of the Brahmans, who are the gods on this earth, the refuge of the forlorn and a bread-eater of the humble. You relieve the burden of the earth by the enormous strength of your arm and are an adept in killing the demons Khar, Dushan, and Virad. An enemy of the demon king Ravan and bliss personified, you are the noblest of kings. Glory to you who are as moon to the lily-like race of Dashrath. Your bright glory is known to the Purans, Veds, and Tantras, and is sung by gods, sages, and the assemblages of saints. Full of compassion, you crush false pride and are perfect in every way. O ornament of Ayodhya, your name wipes out the impurities of this sinful age and curbs the feeling of miyam. Protect this humble devotee, O Lord of Tulsi Das. So we'll conclude the puja with worship and invocation of Saraswati Mata, who was on the tongue of Tulsi Das ji when he was writing his Ramayana. And then we'll do the Panchopchar pujan for Saraswati Mata with Tilak, Pushp, and Aarti. And then we'll start the part after a brief singing session. So, worshipping and invoking Shri Saraswati ji. या कुंदेन दूत शारहार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदडं मंडितकया या श्वेश पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिर्दैवैः सदा वंदिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्याप्तपाहा. ओम श्री वीणावादिनी श्री सरस्वती देवी नमः. And then we worship and invoke the Sri Ramcharitamanas, and we'll be reciting Ramayana parts from this book over the course of the year. And then we'll finish with the Ramayana Ji Aarti. Om Shri Tulsi Dasai Namah. Om Shri Sita Ramai Namah. Jai. Bread, plate, pani. आरती श्री रामायण जी की करित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद बाल्मीक विद्यानि विशारद
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद
बाल्मीक विद्यानि विशारद शुक सनकादि शेष अरुतारद वर्णि पवन सुत कीरतिनी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की संतन गावत शंभु भवानी
असुभट संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यासादि कवि कुंड बखानी काकभुषुंडी गरुड़ की भाई के आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती की पिय की आरती श्री रामायण जी की चारों वेद पुराण अष्टदश छहोण शास्त्र संग्रंथ को रस तन मन धन संतन को सर्वस सारा अंश समत सब ही की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कलिमल हरनि विषय रस पीकी सुभग सिंगार मुक्ति जुगती की हरनि रोग भव भूरि अमी की तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कैरत कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री
रामायण जी की
कीरत कलित ललित सियपी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरत ललित ललित सियपी की आरती
श्री रामायण जी की बोलो श्री सीता रामचंद्र जी की जय जय ओम चारे समस्तैस्तु यन्मया पूजनं कृतं तत्सर्वं पूर्णतां यातु है प्रदां क्षमस्वमें शांति 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 ओम करचरण कृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा अपराधं विहितम् अविहितं वा सर्वं तत्क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय सीताराम जय बाबाजी. So this concludes the puja and we will have a brief singing session, and then we'll start with the first reading of the Ramayana part. Om.
Hanumanta Namo Hanumanta Deva Namo Hanumanta Deva Namo Oh Hanumanta Deva Namo Oh Hanumanta Deva Namo Oh Hanumanta Deva Namo Vanadhiyanu ದಾಟಿ ವನಧಿಯನು ದಾಟಿ ದಾನವರ ದಂಡಿಸಿದ ವನಧಿಯನು ದಾಟಿ ದಾನವರ ದಂಡಿಸಿದ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೇವ ನಮೋ ಓ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೇವ ನಮೋ ರಾಮ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣರ ಕಟ್ಟಾಳಾಗಿ ನೀ ನಡೆದೆ ಭೂಮಿಜೆಗೆ ಮುದ್ರೆ ಉಂಗುರವನಿತೆ ರಾಮ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣರ ಕಟ್ಟಾಳಾಗಿ ನೀ ನಡೆದೆ ಭೂಮಿಜೆಗೆ ಮುದ್ರೆ ಉಂಗುರವನಿತೆ ಆ ಮಹಾಲಂಕೆ ನಗರವನೆಲ್ಲವನು ಧುಮದಹನ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆರೆದೆ ಆ ಮಹಾಲಂಕೆ ನಗರವನೆಲ್ಲವನು ಧುಮದಹನ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆರೆದೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೇವ ನಮೋ ಓ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೇವ ನಮೋ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೇವ ನಮೋ One, two, three, start. ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಾಯಣಿರೋ ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಾಯಣಿರೋ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮ 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 ನೇಮದಿಂದ ನೇಮದಿಂದ ಭಜಿಸುವವರ ಕಾಮಿತಗಳ ಕೊಡುವ ನಾಮ ನೇಮದಿಂದ ಭಜಿಸುವವರ ಕಾಮಿತಗಳ ಕೊಡುವ ನಾಮ ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಾಯಣಿರೋ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ ರಾಮ 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 ಇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಉಂಟು ಪರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖ ಉಂಟು ಇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಉಂಟು ಪರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖ ಉಂಟು ವರ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ವರ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಓದಾಗದೋ ವರ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಓದಾಗದೋ ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಾಯಣಿರೋ ಸೀತಾ ರಾಮ 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 ಶ್ರೀ ಸೀತಾ ರಾಮ
ಅತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಡಲ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರ ತುಳಸಿದಾಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಪಾಡ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ
श्रीराम 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 श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुख कर कञ्जपद कञ्जारुणम् नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुख कर कञ्जपद कञ्जारुणं श्रीराम 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 कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम पटपीतमानहु तलित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनकसुतावरं श्रीराम 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 भज दीनबन्धु दिनेश दानव दैत्यवंशनिकन्दनं रघुनन्द आनन्द कद कोसल चन्द्र दशरथनन्दनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन भरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनम् इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कुञ्जनिवास कुरु कामादिकलदलगञ्जनं मम हृदय कुञ्जनिवास कुरु कामादिकलदलगञ्जनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन भरण भव भयदारुणं नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुख कर कञ्जपद कञ्जारुणं श्रीराम 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 श्री
after the next.
Okay.
This it's just a shloka which is the beginning of Ramayana. Is that okay? Oh, okay. Just a short one. It's just 30 seconds. I think. Okay.
कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम् वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या को न याति परां गतिं परां गतिम् शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या को न याति परां गतिम् आञ्जनेयम् अतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि।
जय श्री राम.
டைம் போது உன்னே ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ಈ ರಘುವಂಶ ಲೇಟ್ರಾ
Second.
ಓ ಇನ್ನೂ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕರಲ್ಲ
அப்பதான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாங்க. இல்லையா?
ஏன்னா
அப்போ ஃபுல் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாங்க என்னென்ன ஆறுது என்னென்ன.
నాకు ఏడ్పించుకోండి
Lift up a little bit. I'm going to just straighten 11 under. Okay.
I reverence Vani, the goddess of speech, and Vinayak, Lord Ganesh, the originators of sounds represented by the alphabet, of the multitudes of objects denoted by those sounds, of poetic sentiments as well as of meters, and the begetters of all auspiciousness. I greet Goddess Parvati and her consort, Bhagavan Shankar, embodiments of reverence and faith respectively, without which even the adept cannot perceive God enshrined in their very heart. I make obeisance to the eternal preceptor in the form of Lord Shankar, who is all wisdom, and resting on whose brow the crescent moon, though crooked in shape, is universally adored. I pay homage to the king of prose, Valmiki, and the chief of monkeys, Hanuman, of pure intelligence, both of whom sport in the holy woods in the shape of glories of Sita and Ram. I bow to Sita, the beloved consort of Sri Ram, who is responsible for the creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the universe, removes afflictions, and begets all blessedness. I adore Lord Hari, known by the name of Sri Ram, who is superior to and lies beyond all causes, whose Maya, elusive power, holds sway over the entire universe, including gods from Brahma, the creator, downwards, and demons, whose presence lends positive reality to the world of appearances, even as the false notion of a serpent is entertained with reference to a rope, and whose feet are the only bark for those who are eager to cross the ocean of mundane existence. For the gratification of his own self, Tulsi Das brings forth this very elegant composition, relating in common parlance the story of the Lord of Ragus, which is in accord with the various Puranas, Vedas, and Agamas, Tantras, and incorporates what has been recorded in the Ramayana of Valmiki and culled from some other sources. May Lord Ganesh, the leader of Shiva's retinue, whose very thought ensures success, who carries on his shoulders the head of a beautiful elephant, who is a repository of wisdom and an abode of blessed qualities, shower his grace. May that merciful Lord, whose grace enables the dumb to wax eloquent and a cripple to ascend an inaccessible mountain, and who burns all the impurities of the Kali age, be moved to pity. May the Lord, who ever sleeps on the ocean of milk, and who is swarthy as a blue lotus, and has eyes resembling a pair of full-blown red lotuses, take up his abode in my bosom. May the crusher of Cupid, Bhagavan Shiv, whose form resembles in color the jasmine flower and the moon, who is the consort of Goddess Parvati, and an abode of compassion, and who is fond of the afflicted, be gracious. I bow to the lotus feet of my Guru, who is an ocean of mercy, and is no other than Sri Hari himself in human form, and whose words are sunbeams, as it were for dispersing the mass of darkness in the form of gross ignorance. Om. I greet the pollen-like dust of the lotus feet of my preceptor, refulgent, fragrant, and flavored with love. It is a lovely powder of the life-giving herb, which allays the host of all the attendant ills of mundane existence. It adorns the body of a lucky person, even as white ashes beautify the person of Lord Shiv, and brings forth sweet blessings and joys. It rubs the dirt off the beautiful mirror in the shape of the devotee's heart. When applied to the forehead in the form of a tilak, a religious mark, it attracts a host of virtues. The splendor of gems in the form of the nails on the feet of the blessed Guru unfolds divine vision in the heart by its very thought. The luster disperses the shades of infatuation. Highly blessed is they in whom bosom it shines. With its very appearance, the bright eyes of the mind gets opened. The attendant evils and sufferings of the night of mundane existence disappear, and gems and rubies in the shape of stories of Sri Ram, both patent and hidden, wherever and in whatever mind they may be, come to light. As for instance, by applying to the eyes the miraculous salve known by the name of Siddhanjan, the eye salve of perfection. Adepts as well as of men of wisdom easily discover a host of minds on hilltops, in the midst of forests, and in the bowels of the earth. The dust of the Guru's feet is a soft and agreeable salve, which is ambrosia as it were for the eyes and remedies the defects of vision. Having brightened my eyes of discernment, thereby I proceed to relate the story of Sri Ram, which secures freedom from the bondage of mundane existence. First, I reverence the feet of Brahmins, the very gods on earth who are able to dispel all doubts born of ignorance. Then I make loving obeisance in a polite language to the whole body of pious souls, the minds of all virtues. The conduct of holy people is noble, as the career of the cotton plant, the fruit whereof is tasteless, white, and fibrous, even as the doings of saints yield results which are free from attachment, stainless, and full of goodness. Even by suffering hardships, in the form of ginning, spinning, and weaving, the cotton covers others' faults, and has thereby earned in the world a renown which is worthy of adoration. The assemblage of saints, which is all joy and felicity, is a moving Prayag, the king of all holy places, as it were. Devotion to Sri Ram represents, in this moving Prayag, the stream of the holy Ganga, the river of the celestials, while the proceeding of an inquiry into the nature of Brahm, the Absolute, constitutes the Saraswati, a subterranean stream, which is traditionally believed to join the Ganga and the Yamuna in Prayag, thus accounting for the name Triveni, which signifies a meeting place of three rivers. Discourses on karma or action, consisting of injunctions and interdictions, have been spoken of as the sacred Yamuna, a daughter of the sun god in her angelic form, washing the impurities of the Kali age, while the antidotes of Vishnu and Shiv stand out as the triple stream known as Triveni, bringing joy and blessings to those who listen to them. Unwavering faith in their own creed constitutes the immortal banyan tree, and noble actions represent the royal court of that king of holy places. Easy of access to all on any day and at every place, this moving Prayag assuages the afflictions of those who resort to it with reverence. This king of holy places is beyond all description and supramundane in character. It bestows the reward immediately, and its glory is manifest. People who, having heard the glory of this moving Prayag, in the form of the assemblage of holy people, appreciate it with an enraptured mind, and then take a plunge into it with extreme devotion, obtain the four rewards of human existence during their very lifetime. The result of dipping into the sacred waters of this king of holy places is instantly perceived. Crows turn into cuckoos, and herons into swans. Let no one marvel to hear this. The glory of contact with saints is no secret. Valmiki, Narada, and Agastya, who was born of a pitcher, have related the story of their birth and transformation with their own lips. Of the various creatures, both animate and inanimate, living in this world, whether in water or on land or in the air, whoever has ever attained wisdom, glory, salvation, material prosperity, or welfare anywhere, and by any means whatsoever, know it to be the result of association with holy people. There is no other means either in the world or in the Vedas. Wisdom dawns not without association with saints, and such association cannot be easily had without the grace of Sri Ram. Contact with noble souls is the root of joy and blessings. It constitutes the very fruit and fulfillment of all endeavors, whereas all other practices are blossoms, as it were. Through contact with the virtuous, even the wicked get reformed, just as a base metal is transmuted by the touch of the philosopher's stone. On the other hand, if by mischance good men fall into evil company, they maintain their noble character like the gem on the hood of a serpent. Even the speech of deities like Brahm, Vishnu, and Shiva, poets and people of wisdom, falters in depicting the glory of pious souls. Much less can it be described by me, even as a dealer in vegetables finds himself incapable of expatiating on the qualities of gems. I bow to the saints who are even-minded towards all, and have no friend or foe. Just as a flower of good quality placed in the palm of one's hands communicates its fragrance alike to both the hands, the one who plucked it and the one which held and preserved it. Realizing thus the noble disposition and loving nature of saints who are innocent at heart and in spirit, I make this humble submission to them. Listening to my childlike prayer and taking compassion on me, O noble souls, bless me with devotion to the feet of Sri Ram. Again, I greet with a sincere heart the malevolent who are hostile without purpose even to the friendly, to whom others' loss is their own gain, and who delight in others' desolation and wail over their prosperity. They try to eclipse the glory of Vishnu and Shiva even as the demon Rahu intercepts the light of the full moon, during which is known as the lunar eclipse. And they are valiant like the reputed king Sahasrabahu, so called because of his possessing 1,000 arms, in working others' woe. They detect others' faults as if with 1,000 eyes, and their designing mind mars others' interests, even as a fly spoils clarified butter. In splendor they emulate the god of fire, and in anger they vie with the god of death, who rides a buffalo. They are rich in crime and vice as Kubera. The god of riches is in gold. Like the rise of a comet, their advancement augurs ill for others' interests. Like the slumber of Kumbhakarna, their decline alone is propitious for the world. They lay down their very life in order to be able to harm others, even as hailstones dissolve after destroying the crop. I reverence a wicked soul as the fiery 1,000-tongued serpent god Shesa, insofar as he eagerly expatiates on others' faults with 1,000 tongues, as it were. Again, I bow to him as the celebrated King Purtu, who prayed for 10,000 years in order to be able to hear the glories of the Lord to his heart's content, inasmuch as he hears of others' faults with 10,000 ears, as it were. Once more do I supplicate to him as Indra, the Lord of celestials, insofar as wine appears charming and beneficial to him, even as the army of gods is beneficent to Indra. Harsh language is dear to him, even as the thunderbolt is fondly cherished by Indra, and he detects others' faults with 1,000 eyes, as it were. The wicked burn with jealousy as they hear of others' welfare, be they his friends, foes, or neutrals. Such is their wont. Knowing thus, this humble soul makes loving entreaties to them with joined palms. I, for my part, have made entreaties to them. They too must not fail to do their part. However fondly you may nurture a brood of cows, can you ever expect ravens to turn non-carnivorous and adore the feet of a saint and wicked soul, both of whom give pain, though some difference is said to exist between them? Whereas the former class cause mortal pain while parting, the latter give agonizing torment during their meeting. Though born together in the world, they differ in their traits, even as the lotus and the leech, both of which spring from water. The good and the wicked resemble nectar and wine respectively. The unfathomable ocean in the form of this world is their common parent. The good and the wicked gather a rich harvest of good reputation and infamy by their respective doings. Although the merits of nectar, the moon, the seed of nectar, the Ganga, the river of the celestials, and a pious soul, on the one hand, and the demerits of venom, fire, and the unholy river Karmanas, which is said to be full of the impurities of the Kali age, and the hunter on the other, are known to all. Only that which is, to a person's taste, appears good to them. Of course, a good person has a bias for goodness alone, while a vile person is prone to vileness. While nectar is praised for its immortalizing virtue, Poison is extolled for its deadly effects. The tales of sins and vices of the wicked on one hand, and of the virtues of the virtuous on the other, are like boundless and unfathomable oceans. That is why I have enumerated only a few virtues and vices, for they cannot be acquired or discarded without being duly distinguished. The good as well as the vile, all have been brought into this being by the Creator. It is the Vedas that have differentiated them by reckoning the merits of the former and the demerits of the other. The Vedas and the Puranas unanimously declare that the creation of Brahma is an intermixture of good and evil. It is characterized by pairs of opposites, such as pleasure and pain, sin and merit, day and night, the good and the wicked, good birth and vile birth, demons and gods, the high and the low, nectar and poison, a happy life and death, Maya and Brahm, matter and spirit, the soul and God, the Lord of the universe. Plenty and poverty, the pauper and the king. The holy Ganga, the river of the celestials, and the unholy Karmanas, the desert land of Mahavara, and the rich soil of Malvala. The Brahmana, who is a veritable god on earth, and the barbarian who feeds on the cow, heaven and hell, attachment and dispassion, the Vedas and other sacred books have sifted good from evil. God has created the universe consisting of animate and inanimate beings, as partaking of both good and evil. Swans in the form of saints imbibe the milk of goodness, rejecting water in the form of evil. When Providence blesses one with such discrimination, as is possessed by the swan, then alone does the mind abandon evil and get enamored of goodness. By force of the spirit of the times, old habits, and past karma, even the good deviate from goodness under the influence of Maya. But just as servants of Sri Hari rectify that error and, eradicating sorrow and weakness, bring untarnished glory to them, even so, the wicked occasionally perform a noble deed, due to their good association, although their evil nature, which is unchangeable, cannot be obliterated. Even those who are impostors are respected on account of their garb, as the world is taken in by their attractive appearance. But they are eventually exposed and cannot keep up their false appearance till the end. The good are honored notwithstanding their unbecoming appearance, even as Jambavan, the general of Sugriva's army, who was endowed with the form of a bear and possessed miraculous strength, and Hanuman, the monkey god, won honor in this world. Bad association is harmful, while good company is an asset in itself. This is true in the world as well as in the eyes of the Vedas, and is known to all. Through contact with the wind, dust ascends to the sky, while it is assimilated with mud when united with low-lying waters. Parrots and mynas, nurtured in the house of the virtuous and the wicked, repeat the name of Ram and pour a volley of abuses respectively. Smoke coming in contact with an evil, earthy substance turns into soot. The same is used as a material for copying the Puranas, when converted into a beautiful ink. Again, in conjunction with water, fire, and air, it is transformed into a cloud and brings life to the world. The plants, medicines, water, air, and cloth prove good or bad in the world according to their good or evil associations. Only people endowed with a keen insight are able to know this. The proportion of moonlight and darkness is the same in the bright as well as in the dark fortnight. Only the two have been named differently by the Creator. Knowing the one as the nourisher and the other as the emaciator of the moon, the world has given it a good name or a bad name. Whatever beings, animate or inanimate, there are in the universe, recognizing them one and all as consisting of Sri Ram, I ever adore the lotus feet of all with joined palms. I reverence gods, demons, human beings, nagas, birds, evil spirits. Pray be gracious to me and all on this occasion. Eight 8,400,000 species of living beings, classified under 4 broad divisions, inhabit land, water, and the air. Recognizing the entire creation as full of Sita and Ram, I make obeisance to them with joined palms. Knowing me as your servant, grant upon me, O minds of compassion. I have no confidence in my intellectual power, hence I supplicate you all. I would recount the virtues of the Lord of Raghus, Sri Ram, but my wits are poor, whereas the exploits of Sri Ram are unfathomable. For this I find not the least resources. While I am dull of mind and intellect, my ambition is right. Even though my intellect is exceedingly mean, my aspiration is pitched high. While I crave for nectar, I have no means in this world to procure even buttermilk. The virtuous will forgive my presumption and listen to my childish babbling with interest. When a child prattles in lisping accents, the parents hear it with a mind full of delight. Those, however, who are hard-hearted, mischievous, and perverse, and cherish others' faults as an ornament, will feel amused. Who does not like one's own poetry, be it delightful or exceedingly insipid? Such good people as delight to hear others' composition are rare in this world. The world abounds in people who resemble lakes and rivers, that get swollen with their own rise when waters are added to them. There are rare good souls like the ocean, which swells at the sight of the full moon. Humble is my lot and my ambition high. My only hope is that all good people will be gratified to hear what I say, while the evil-minded will ridicule. The ridicule of the evil-minded will benefit me. Crows call the cuckoo horse, herons ridicule the swan, frogs make fun of the kataka bird, and malicious rogues deride refined speech. To those who have no taste for poetry, nor devotion to the feet of Sri Ram, this undertaking of mine will serve as a subject for delightful mirth. My composition is couched in the popular dialect, and my intellect is feeble. Hence it is a fit subject for ridicule, and those who laugh shall not incur any blame. To those who cherish no love for the feet of Lord Ram, and have no sound reason either, this story will sound unattractive to the ears. To those, however, who possess devotion to the feet of God Vishnu and Shiv, and whose mind is not perverse, the tale of the chief of the Raghus will taste as sweet. Knowing it in their heart as adorned with devotion to Sri Ram, the virtuous will listen to it with bland words of praise. I am no poet, nor an adept in the art of speech, and I am cipher in all arts and sciences. There are elegant devices of letters, subtleties of meaning, various figures of speech, metrical compositions of different kinds, infinite varieties of emotions and sentiments, and multifarious flaws and excellences of poetic composition. Of these details of poetry, I possess critical knowledge of none. I vouch for it in writing on a blank sheet. My composition is devoid of all charm. It has only one merit, which is known throughout the world. Recognizing this merit, people of sound reason who are gifted with unbiased judgment will surely hear it. It contains the gracious name of the Lord of Raghus, which is exceedingly holy, and the very cream of the Puranas and the Vedas. It is the abode of blessings and the remover of evils, and it is muttered by Lord Shiv, the enemy of the demon Tripura, along with his consort, Uma. Even a composition of marvelous beauty and written by a gifted poet does not commend itself without the name of Sri Ram. On the other hand, the wise recite and hear with admiration even the composition of a worthless poet, which is devoid of all merit, knowing it as adorned with the name and glory of Sri Ram. For, like the bee, Saints have a bias for goodness. Although it has no poetic charm whatsoever, the glory of Sri Ram is manifest in it. This is the only hope which flashes in my mind. Who has not been exalted by noble company? Even smoke rising from burning aloe wood is set with the latter's fragrance and gives up its natural pungency. Although my composition is clumsy, it treats of a commendable theme, the story of Sri Ram, which brings felicity to the world. The tale of the Lord of Raghus, old Tulsi Das, brings forth blessings and wipes away the impurities of the Kali age. The course of this stream of my poetry is tortuous like that of the holy Ganga, but its association with the auspicious glory of the Lord, my composition will be blessed and will captivate the mind of the virtuous. On the person of Lord Shiv, even the ashes of the cremation ground appear charming and purify by their very thought. My composition will appear extremely delightful to all by its association with the glory of Sri Ram, even as timber of every description is transformed into sandal and becomes worthy of adoration by contact with the Malaya mountain. And nobody takes into account the quality of the wood. The milk of even a dark cow is white and possesses a great medicinal value and is drunk by all. So do the wise chant and hear the glory of Sita and Ram, even though couched in a vulgar tongue. The beauty of a gem, a ruby, and a pearl does not catch the eye as it should so long as they are born on the head of a serpent, the top of a mountain, and the crown of an elephant respectively. The charm of them all is enhanced when they adorn the diadem of a king or the person of a queen. Even so, the wise say, the outpourings of a good poet originate at one place in the poet's own mind and exercise their charm elsewhere on the mind of the admirer. Attracted by his devotion, Saraswati, the goddess of poetry, comes with all speed from the abode of Brahma, the topmost heaven, at his very invocation. The fatigue occasioned by this long journey cannot be relieved by millions of devices unless she takes a dip in the lake of Sri Ram's exploits. Realizing this in their heart, poets and wise people chant the glory of Sri Hari, which wipes away the impurities of the Kali age. Finding the bard singing the glories of worldly people, the goddess of speech begins to beat her brow and repent. The wise liken the heart of a poet to the sea, whose intellect is to the shell containing pearls, and goddess Saraswati to the star called Svati, the modern fifth lunar asterism considered as favorable to the formation of pearls. If there is a shower in the form of beautiful ideas, lovely pearls make their appearance in the form of poetic effusions. If those pearls are pierced with skill and strung together on the beautiful thread of Sri Ram's exploits, and if the noble souls wear them in their innocent heart, grace in the form of excessive fondness is the result. Those who are born in this terrible age of Kali, who though akin to the crow in their doings have put up the garb of a swan, who tread the evil path, abandoning the track of the Vedas, who are embodiments of falsehood and repositories of sins of the Kali age, who are impostors claiming to be devotees of Sri Ram, those slaves of anger and passion, and who are unscrupulous, hypocritical, and foremost among intriguers, I occupy the first place among them. Were I to recount all my vices, their tale will assume large dimensions, and yet I shall not be able to exhaust them. Hence I have mentioned very few. A word should suffice for the wise. Entering into the spirit of my manifold prayers, none should blame me on hearing this story. Those who will raise objections even then are more stupid and deficient in intellect than myself. I am no poet, and have no pretensions to ingenuity. I sing the glories of Sri Ram according to my own lights. My intellect, which wallows in the world, is a poor match for the unlimited exploits of the Lord of Raghus. Tell me, Of what account is cotton in the face of the strong wind, before which every mountain like Meru are blown away? Realizing the infinite glory of Sri Ram, my mind feels very diffident in proceeding with this story. Goddess Saraswati Shesa, the thousand-headed serpent god, the great Lord Shiv, Brahma, the Agamas, the Vedas, and the Puranas increasingly sing his virtues, saying, "Not that, not that." Though all know the Lord's greatness as such, yet none has refrained from describing it. The Vedas have justified it thus. They are variously sung the glory of remembering the Lord God, who is one, desireless, formless, nameless, and unborn, who is truth, consciousness, and bliss, who is supreme effulgence, all-pervading and all-formed. It is he who has performed many deeds assuming a suitable form, that he has done only for the good of his devotees, for he is supremely gracious and loving to the suppliant. He is exceedingly fond of his devotees and treats them as his own. He has never frowned at the person whom he has once shown his favor, the restorer of what has been lost, the protector of the poor. The Lord of Raghus is a straightforward and powerful master. Knowing thus, the wise sing the glory of Sri Hari, and thereby hallow and bring supreme reward to their speech. It is on this strength, the supreme efficacy of remembering the Lord and the potency of his grace, that I shall sing the virtues of the Lord of Raghus, bowing my head to the feet of Sri Ram. Sages have sung the glory of Sri Hari in the past. It will be easy for me to follow that very path. If kings get bridges constructed over big rivers, which are too broad, even the tiniest ants cross them without exertion. Reassuring the mind in this way, I shall narrate the charming story of the Lord of Raghus, Vyasa, and various other top-ranking poets who have reverently recounted the blessed story of Sri Hari. I bow to the lotus feet of them all. Let them fulfill all my desires. I make obeisance to the poets of the Kali age, who have sung the multitude virtues of the Lord of Raghus. Even those poets of supreme wisdom who belong to the popular class as opposed to the cultured class, who have narrated the exploits of Sri Hari in the spoken language, including those who have flourished in the past, those who are still living, and those who are yet to come. I reverence them, one and all, renouncing all false appearance. Be propitious and grant this boon that my song may be honored in the assemblage of pious souls. A composition which the wise refuse to honor is fruitless labor, which only silly poets undertake. Of glory, poetry, and affluence, that alone is blessed which, like the celestial river Ganga, is conducive to the good of all. The glory of Sri Ram is charming indeed, while my speech is rough. This is something incongruous, I am afraid. By your grace, even this incongruity will turn out well for me. Embroidery of silk looks charming, even on coarse cloth. The wise admire only that poetry which is lucid and portrays a spotless character, and which even opponents hear with applause, forgetting natural animosity. Such poetry is not possible without a refined intellect, and of intellectual power I have very little. Be gracious, therefore, so that I may depict the glory of Sri Hari, I solicit again and again, poets and wise people, lovely swans, sporting in the Manasarovar lake of Sri Ram's exploits, hearing my childlike prayer, and recognizing my refined taste, be kindly disposed towards me. Om.
Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Let's do that. Do you want to say something? Huh? Panchopchar. What do you want to try? Okay. And then go open the door.
Raghuvamsha Shri Raghuvamsha Shri Raghuvamsha Shri Raghuvamsha Shri Raghuvamsha Shri Raghuvamsha Shri Rama Rama Rajeshwara Rama Rama Rajeshwara Raghuvamsha Chandra Shri Aghamegamaruta Shrikara Aghamegamaruta Shrikara Aghamegamaruta Shrikara Aghamegamaruta Shrikara Asuresha Mrugendravara Jagannatha Asurendra Mrugendravara Jagannatha Sa Rimagarisa Rimamadaniga Gapasa Sanida Pamaga Pamagari Sari Magari Sari Mamada Daniga Gapasa Sanida Pamaga Pamagari Sari Magari Sari Mamada Daniga Gapasa Sanida Pamaga Pamagari Sari Magari Sari Mamada Daniga Gapasa Sanida Pamaga Pamagari Sari Maga Ri Mamaga Gari Ri Sa Sani Nida Da Pamagari Sari Ri Mamada Daniga Papasa Sari Ri Mamaga Gari Ri Sa Sani Nida Da Pamagari Raghuvamsha Sudhambudhi Chandra Shri Rama Rama Rajeshwara Raghuvamsha Sudhambudhi Chandra Shri Jamadagni Jagarva Khandana Jaya Rudradivi Smita Bandhana Jamadagni Jagarva Khandana Jaya Rudradivi Smita Bandhana Kamalapta Kamalaptanvaya Mandana Kamalaptanvaya Mandana वेङ्कटेश अगणित गुण शौर्य श्री वेङ्कटेश सा रि म ग रि सा रि म म द द नि ग ग प सा सा नि द प म ग प म ग रि सा रि म ग रि सा रि म म द द नि ग ग प सा सा नि द प म ग प म ग रि सा रि रि म म द द नि ग प प सा सा रि रि म म ग ग रि रि सा सा नि नि द द प प म ग रि सा रि म ग रि सा रि म म द द नि ग ग प सा सा नि द प म ग प म ग रि सा रि म म द द नि ग प प सा सा रि रि म म ग ग रि रि सा सा नि नि द द प म ग रघुवंश सुधाम्बुधि चन्द्र श्री राम राम राजेश्वरा रघुवंश सुधाम्बुधि चन्द्रश्री 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 ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೈಕಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ
ನಾನು ಪಾಡ್ರೆ ಹನುಮಂತ ಅಂಟು ಮಂಗಾಂಬುಧಿ ಹನುಮಂತ ಮಂಗಾಂಬುಧಿ ಹನುಮಂತ ನೀ ಶರಣ ಮಂಗಾಂಬುಧಿ ಹನುಮಂತ ನೀ ಶರಣ ಮಂಗವ್ಯಚಿತಿನಿ ಹನುಮಂತ ಮಂಗವ್ಯಚಿತಿಮಿ ಹನುಮಂತ ಮಂಗಾಂಬುಧಿ ಹನುಮಂತ బాలార్కబింబము బాలార్కబింబము ఫలమని పట్టిన బాలార్కబింబము ఫలమని పట్టిన బాలార్కబింబము ఫలమని పట్టిన బాలార్కబింబము ఫలమని పట్టిన ఆలరి చేతల హనుమంత తులని బ్రహ్మాదుల చేవరములు ఓలిచే కొనినా ఓ హనుమంత తులని బ్రహ్మాదుల చేవరములు ఓలిచే కొనినా హనుమంత పమగమ మగరిగ కరిసరి రిసనిసా పమగమ మగరిగ కరిసరి రిసనిసా సరిసని సరిగ కసా రిగమ తజం కమప మగరిగమ పమగమ పద దపమ పదని నిద పదని సని దని సరి గరి నిద మదని రి నిద మగమద నిద మగరి గమంగాంబుధి హనుమంత నీ శరణ మంగవ్యచితిమి హనుమంత మంగాంబుధి హనుమంత
జలధి దాటని సత్వముఖ పూలకు అలరి తెలిపితివి హనుమంత ఇలయునాకసము ఏకముగా నటు బలిమి పెరిగితివి బలి హనుమత పమగమ మగరిగ కరిసరి రిసనిస సరిసని తజంత కస రిగమ మగ కమప మగరి గమ పమగమ పద దపమ పదని నిదబదని సని దని సరి గరి నిద మదని నిద దరి నిద మగ మద దద మమ నిద మగరి గ మంగాంబుధి హనుమంత నీ శరణమంగ వ్యంచి టీవీ ఓ హనుమంత మంగాంబుధి హనుమంత పాతాళము లోపలి మైరావణు ఆతల చంపిన హనుమంత చేతులు మోర్చుగా శ్రీ వెంకటపతి ఈతల గొలి చేహిత హనుమంత పాతాళము లోపలి మైరావణు ఆతల చంపిన హనుమంత చేతులు మోర్చుగా శ్రీ వెంకటపతి ఈతల గోలి చేహిత హనుమంత పమగమ మగరిగ కరిసరి రిసనిస సరిసని సరిగ తజం రిగమ తజం గమప మగరి గమప పమగమ పద దపమ పదని నిద పదని సని దని సరి గరి నిద మదని నిద దరి నిద మగ మద దద మమ నిద మగరి గ మంగాంబుధి హనుమంత నీ శరణ మంగ వ్యంచిటిమి హనుమత మంగాంబుధి హనుమత హనుమంత 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 ఇటువరదా రామ 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 దశరథనందన రామ రామ అది వద్దా రామ 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 జయ రామ రామ సీతారామ రామ 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 జయ రామ రామ సీతారామ దశరథనందన రామ 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 దశముఖమర్దన రామ 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 దశరథనందన రామ 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 दशमुखमर्दन राम 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 पशुपति रंजन राम 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 पाप विमोचन राम 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 पशुपति रंजन राम 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 पाप विमोचन राम 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 जय राम राम सीताराम अनाथ रक्षक राम 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 आपद बांधव राम 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 अनाथ रक्षक राम 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 आपद बांधव राम 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 मैथिली नंदन राम 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 मारुति वंदित राधा राम मैथिली मैथिली नंदन राम 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 मारुति वंदित सीताराम राम 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 जय राम राम सीताराम जय राम राम सीताराम जय राम राम सीताराम. भज रे हनुमन्तं भज रे हनुमन्तं रे मानस भज रे हनुमन्तं रे मानस भज रे हनुमन्तं हनुमन्तं कोमलकायं नाम सुदेवं कोमलकायं नाम सुदेवं भज सुरसिंहं भूसुरशेषं भज सुरसिंहं भूसुरशेषं भज रे हनुमन्तं मूर्खनिशाचर वनसंहारं मूर्खनिशाचर वनसंहारं सीता दुःख विनाशनकारं सीता दुःख विनाशनकारं परमानन्द गुणोदय भरितं करुणारस सम्पूर्ण सुभरितं भज रे हनुमन्तं रे मानस भज रे हनुमन्तं रणरङ्गधीरं गुणगम्भीरं दानव दैत्यारण्यकुठारं रणरङ्गधीरं गुणगम्भीरं दानव दैत्यारण्यकुठारं कुरुचन केशवा गुरुचन केशव कदलीरङ्गं गुरुचन केशव कदलीरङ्गं स्थिरसद्भक्तं मुख्यप्राणं स्थिरसद्भक्तं मुख्यप्राणं भज रे हनुमन्तं रे मानस भज रे भज रे भज रे हनुमन्तं मानस भज रे हनुमन्तं मानस आरती पति की आरती
ಮಂಗಳಂ ರಾಮಂದೇ ತೆರಿಯ
ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾಡ್ರಿಯಾ
ಪಾಡ್ಲಮ್ಮ
ಯಾವ್ದು ಸಮ ಉಂಟದು நான் பாடுறேன் நீ எத்தனை வெளி தேடு ஜோஜோவா ஜோஜோ இன்னும் ஆயில ஆர்த்தி பண்ணோம் அப்போ கட்சியில் பாடலாமே மேபி आरती अंतने पति की हारती रे पति की हारती रे सीता पति की हारती रे सीता पति की हारती रे सीता पति की हारती रे अति मृदुतर सत्व भाषणुनिकी अति मृदुतर सत्व भाषणुनिकी अखिलांडनाथुनिकी सीता पति की हारती रे अति मृदुतर सत्व भाषणुनिकी अखिलांडनाथुनिकी सीता पति की हारती रे सीता पति की हारती रे राजविभाकर राजधरामर राजशुकाजु वीराजुलु चूडग राजविभाकर राजधरामर राजशुकाज वीराजुलु चूडग राजमानमगु गाजुलु घल्लना राजमानमगु गाजुलु घल्लना राजमानमगु गाजुलु घल्लना राजित त्यागराज नूतुनि श्री राजित त्यागराज नूतुनि श्रीपति की हारती रे सीता पति की हारती रे
జోజో రామా ఇನ್ನು లాస్ట్లో పాడు మైక్లో చదువు
Oh, yeah. Okay. So thank you to Kanchi for such beautiful musical accompaniment. At this point, we will be beginning our Arati ceremony. Namaste. Jai Shri Ram. ॐ दीपं समर्पयामि श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ धन्नं ॐ धूपं समर्पयामि श्रीगणेशाय नमः जय जय जय
You think that the curtain needs to be half down? Yeah. The first one. Oh, so you put the curtain down and you put it up.
गजकर्णश्च विकतो तुम्रे स्वर्गनाध्यक्षं बालचन्द्रो गजानन द्वादशैतामानि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे निर्गमे तथा सङ्ग्रामे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा सङ्ग्रामे सङ्गते चैव विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते विघ्नाय श्रीगणाधिपतये नमः महाकाय सूर्यकोटिमप्रदिग्ं कुरु मे देवं विष्णु शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रस्ते च जयस्ते च कुटस्ते च येषामिन्देवरक्षामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः तस्मै नमः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ पुष्पं श्रीगणेशाय नमः ॐ गणानां त्वा पतितं निधीनां त्वा निधिपतितं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतितं हवामहे वसो ममाहं जाने गर्भगम् त्वमजासि गर्भधम् जय 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 श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ चं समर्पयामि श्रीगणेशाय नमः ॐ फलं समर्पयामि ॐ नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्रीगणेशाय नमः ॐ प्राणस पारस व्यानस दानस सवास स्वाहा जय 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 श्री गणेशाय जय श्री गणेशाय नमः। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। एकदंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी, मस्तक सिंदूर सोहे मोरगी सवारी। एकदंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी, मस्तक सिंदूर सोहे मोरगी सवारी। हार चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। अंजन को अंग देत को दिन को काया, भंजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। अंजन को अंग देत को दिन को काया, भंजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। लड्डू अंगा भोजन के संग करे सेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। दीनर की लाज को शंभु सुधमारी, कामन को पूरा करो जौन बनिहारी। दीनर की लाज को शंभु सुधमारी, कामन को पूरा करो जौन बनिहारी। हार चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्, उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वां प्रकृते स्वभावात्, करोमि यद्यतनं परस्मै नारायणे।
समझते कितना
जय 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 बजरंग बली की जय हो, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय हो, उमापति महादेव की जय हो, रमापति रामचंद्र की, सब संतों की जय हो, सब भक्तों की जय हो, सब गुरुदेव जय 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 सीताराम। ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम सुमुखस्य एकदन्तस्य कपिलगजकर्णकः लम्बोदरस्य विकतो विघ्ननाशो विनायकः धूम्रकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षो बालचन्द्रगजाननः द्वादशैतानि नामानि यः पठेश्च शृणुयादपि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रामे संकटे च विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते। विघ्नवल्ली कुठाराय श्रीगणाधिपत्ये नमः। वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ अविघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। शुक्लां वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजयः। येषमिन्दीवरश्यामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। नमस्ते नमस्ते महावायुसूनो नमस्ते नमस्ते भविष्यद्विधाता नमस्ते नमस्ते सदाभीष्टदातर नमस्ते नमस्ते अनिशं राम भक्त। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम धूपं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणां धीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ दीपं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयुथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलीलं यः शोकवहिनं जनकात्मजाया आदाय तनैव ददाह लङ्का नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम्। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ आञ्जनेयाय विद्महे महाबलाय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान् प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ आञ्जनेयाय विद्महे महाबलाय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान् प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ श्री रामदूताय विद्महे कपीराजाय धीमहि तन्नो वीरः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतिगुं हवामहे निधीनां त्वा निधिपतिगुं हवामहे वत्सोममाहं जानि गर्भधम् आत्मजासि गर्भधम्। ॐ श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ दाशरथे विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ जनकजायै विद्महे रामप्रियाय धीमहि तन्नः सीता प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ॐ श्री सीतामाताय नमः। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ॐ आञ्जनेयाय विद्महे महाबलाय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान् प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्रीलक्ष्मीभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। जय 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 सरस्वती माता। ॐ श्री वासुदेवाय नमः। ॐ श्री महादेवाय नमः। ॐ श्री दुर्गा माताय नमः। जय 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 शिव शंभो। ॐ नमः शंभवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शंकराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च। ॐ श्री महादेवाय नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुवे नमः। जय श्री रामचरितमानस की जय हो। जय 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 तुलसीदास जी की जय हो। जय वाल्मीकि जी की जय हो। जय 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 जय। ॐ पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ पवनतनय संकटहरण मंगलमूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। रमापति रामचंद्र की जय। सब संतों की जय। सब भक्तों की जय। सब गुरुदेवों की जय। जय जय सीताराम। ॐ पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ गणपतये नमः। ॐ पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुवे नमः। नमामि शमीशान निर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मदेवस्वरूपं निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम्। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलौकिकनाथं। ओम श्री सीतारामाय नमः। ओम श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। ओम श्री रामचरितमानस नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम पुष्पमालं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम पुष्पमालं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम पवनतनय संकटहरण मंगलमूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मविर्ब्रह्मग्नो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना। हरि ओम तत्सत्। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। जय 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 बजरंगबली की जय। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि ओम मोदकं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सीतारामाय नमः। श्री लक्ष्मीभ्यो नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री दुर्गा माताय नमः। जय कृष्ण भगवान जय राधा माता जय शंकर भगवान जय पार्वती माता जय शिव शंभो जय श्री। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री गणेशाय श्री सीतारामाय नमः। जय शंकर भगवान जय पार्वती माता जय कृष्ण भगवान जय राधा जय शंकर भगवान जय पार्वती माता जय लक्ष्मी माता जय सरस्वती दुर्गा माता जय शिव शंभो जय श्री माता। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम फलं समर्पयामि ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा पानाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम जलं समर्पयामि श्री हनुमते नमः। जय 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 बजरंगबली की जय हो। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय हो। उमापति महादेव की जय हो। जय 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 बजरंगबली की जय। ओ कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमक्षवीर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैर्सतुष्टवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारक्षो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। जय श्री रामचंद्र की जय। जय 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 हनुमान जी की जय। जय 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 जय।
आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। जागे बल से गिरिवर कांबे जागे बल से गिरिवर कांबे रोग दोष जगे निकट न जाएंगे रोग दोष जगे निकट न जाएंगे। अंजनी पुत्र महाबलदाई संतन के प्रभु सदा सहाई। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। देवी रघुनाथ पठाए देवी रघुनाथ पठाए लंकाचारी सिया सुदिलाए लंकाचारी सिया सुदिलाए। लंका चौकोट समुद्र सिखाई जात पवन सुख बार लाई। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। लंकाचारी असुर सब मारे लंकाचारी असुर सब मारे। सीताराम जी के काज सवारे सीताराम जी के काज सवारे। लक्ष्मण मूर्छि परे धरनी में आन संजीवन प्राण उबारे। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। पैठी पताल तोरी अमकातर पैठी पताल तोरी अमकातर। आहि रावण के मुझाऊ कारे आहि रावण के मुझाऊ कारे। बाए मुझा सुर संहारे दाएं मुझा सब संत उबारे। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दल नर गुनाद कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। सुर नर मुनि जन आरती उतारे सुर नर मुनि जन आरती उतारे। जय 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 हनुमान जी उचारे जय 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 हनुमान जी उचारे। कंचन हार कपूर की बाती आरती करतांजलि माई आरती कीजे हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ गला की आरती कीजे हनुमान लला की जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे बसी बैकुंठ अमर पद पावे बसी बैकुंठ अमर पद पावे जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे बसी बैकुंठ अमर पद पावे बसी बैकुंठ अमर पद पावे आरती की जय हनुमान लला की तुझ दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की तुझ दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की जय
सत्य हनुमान की जय 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 सीता रामचंद्र जी की जय हो। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय 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 गणपति भगवान की जय हो। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। ओम श्री सीतारामाय नमः। जय राम भगवान, जय सीता माता, जय दुर्गा माता, जय लक्ष्मी माता, जय 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 गणपति भगवान, जय 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 शिव शंभो, जय गणपति भगवान की जय। जय बजरंग बली, जय शिव शंभो, जय 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 गणपति भगवान, जय श्री माता, जय 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 बाबा जी। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय 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 बजरंग बली, जय शिव शंभो, जय श्री माता। आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां च न जानामि समस्त परमेश्वरं मन्त्रीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वर यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे जपिश्चन्द्र यच्छन्द्र शान्तिकर्मणि सर्वभवतु मे चेन्द्र ब्राह्मणानां प्रसादता प्रादशास्त्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्तु परमेश्वर। ज्ञानतो वापि यन्नयनमधिकं कृतं तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव प्रसीद परमेश्वर। कर्मणां मनसा वाचा तव पूजां मया कृता तेन तुष्टिं समासाद्य प्रसीद परमेश्वर। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। जय 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 बजरंग बली की जय हो। ओम उपचारे समस्तस्तु यन्मया पूजनं कृतं तत्सर्वं पूर्णतां यातु ह्यप्रदां क्षमस्वे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय 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 बजरंग बली की जय। So we'll continue singing with Sankat Mochan Hanuman Ashtak. followed by Shri Hanuman Chalisa, and then Shri Ramchandra Ashtakam, and then we'll close the evening Aarti with 11 repetitions of Mahamrityunjay mantra, followed by the closing Tilak mantra. So we'll start with Sankat Mochan Hanuman Ashtakam.
Manasa Maira Vibakshi Liyo Tabati Nahu Loka Bayo Aniyano Tahi Sotra Sabayo Jagakoya Sangata Kau Sojatana Taro Devana Anikari Vinati Taba Samriti Ora Vikashta Nivano को नहीं जानता है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो बाली की त्रास कपि बस गिरी जात महाप्रभु बंधनिहारो चांगी महामुनि सब दियो तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो कई द्विज रूप निवाय महाप्रभु सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो अंगड़ के संग लेना गए सिया जग विषय वेद उचारो जीवत न बजी हम सोजो दिना सुदिलाई इहा भगोदारो एहिता के तट सिंधु समय तब लाय सिया सुदि प्राण उबारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो रावण त्रास नहीं सिया को सब राक्षसी सो गई शोक निवारो ताहि समय हनुमान महाप्रभु जय महाराज निचर मारो चाहत सिया शोक सोहागी सो प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो मान लग्यो लक्ष्मण के तब प्राण तजे सुत रावण मारो लय गृह वैद्य सुषेण समेत गिरि द्रोण सुगिरा उबारो आदि संजीवन हाथ दई तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो रावण युद्ध जानकी तब नाग के पास सब सिर डारो श्री रघुनाथ समेत सब दल मोह भयो यहाँ संकट बारो आनी कगे सदा हनुमान जो बंधन काटे सूत्रास निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो बंधु समेत जब हरि रावण है रघुनाथ पाताल सिधारो देवी मुझी बलि विधि सौमरी सब मंत्र विचारो जय सहाय वायो तवहि हानि रावण सैन्य समेत संहारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट
संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम वीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को जो तुम सो नहीं चादर तारो बेगी हारो हनुमान महाप्रभु जो कंच संकट होया हमारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो लाल देह लाले लसे आरुदर लाल लंगूर वज्र देह लाल बदलन जय जय कपीसूर जय गुरु चरण सरोज निज मन मुकुर सुधार परनो रघुबर बिमल जसु शोधायक पदचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु गणेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी सुमति निवार सुमति के संगी अंजन बरन विराज सुवेरा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केश हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणियति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत तम भाई सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे अस गई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद शारद सहित ईशा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहांते कवि कोविद कहि सकै गाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर बल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मिलि मुख माहि जल दिलांगी गए अजर जनाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे ओदना आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे
सुगल है तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज सम्हारो आवे, तीनों लोक हांगने गावे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नाशे रोग हरे सब पीरा, शब्द निरंतर हनुमत वीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ज्ञान जो लावे, अब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के सुख बिसरावे, अंधकाल रघुपति पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्मे हरि भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, यह सदा बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि मत महासुख होई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा, की जय नाथ दया महादेवा, वरदनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, रमापति रामचंद्र की जय, सब संतों की जय, सब भक्तों की जय, सब गुरुदेवों की जय, जय जय सीताराम। चिदाकारो दाता परम सुखदा पावन तनु, मुनीन्द्रैर्योगीन्द्रैर्यतिपति सुरेन्द्रैरनुमता, सदा सर्व्या पूर्णो जनकतनयाङ्गा सुरगुरु, रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततम्, मुकुन्दो गोविन्दो जनकतनया लालितपदा, पदं प्राप्ताय ज्ञानमकुलभवचाभिषदरि, गिरातीतो काम्यो निवलधिषणैर्वेदवचसा,
शीते रविशतनिवेशान्तमनसो रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम शीते तु सततं वरेण्याशारण्या कपिपतिशतशान्तविदुरो ललाटे काश्मीरो रुचिरगतिमन्दशशिमुखा जनाकारो रामो यतिपतितनु संसृतिहरो रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं विरूपाक्षगश्यामुपदिशते यन्नाम शिवदं सहस्रं यन्नाम पठति गिरिजा प्रत्युष शिवै स्वलोके गायन्ति स्वरविधिमुखायस्य चरितं रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं परो धीरो धीरो सुरकुलभवश्च सुरहरा परात्मा सर्वज्ञो नरसुरगणोर्गीतसुयशा अहल्याशापनं शरकररिजुकौशिकसखो रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं ऋषिकेश शौरी नरनिधरशायी मधुरिपो उपेन्द्रो वैकुण्ठो गजरिपुरस्तुष्टमनसा बलिध्वंसी वीरो दशरथसुतो नीतिनिपुनो रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं कविसौमित्रेभ्य कपटमृगघाटीवनचरो रणश्लाघिदतो धरणिपरहर्तासुरनुता अमानिमानज्ञो निखिलजनपूज्यो निर्दिशयो रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं रमानाथो रामो रमतु मम चित्ते तु सततं
So we chant 11 repetitions of Mahamrityunjaya mantra. It's a healing mantra. There's a lot of suffering going around in the world right now, whether it be violence or the COVID-19 situation. All the better over here in US. There are many countries, especially India, where the COVID-19 situation is pretty serious. So we send our prayers. We keep everyone in our heart and our and we send prayers to all of the people, your relatives, anybody who needs it, people suffering from COVID or any violence, whether on the spiritual level or the physical level. So we offer our prayers, and keeping everyone in mind, we offer this 11 repetitions of Mahamrityunjaya mantra for their well-being and the well-being of everyone. So we'll start with one Om, going into 11 repetitions of Mahamrityunjaya mantra, followed by sitting in silence for a few moments, and then we'll close the evening Aarti with the Tilak mantra.
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भूं सहचूर्णानाम् ॐ अंजुं सः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो ॐ हंजुंसः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा भुवः भुवः सः जुह्नानो
So we'll be closing the evening Aarti with the Tilak mantra. And also, many of you may have joined us today for the first reading of Ramayana part. So our intention is to continue this for an year. Every Saturday we'll do a little bit reading from the Sri Ramcharitamanas Ramayana part. And so if you can, please join us. So today we did the first reading, and every Saturday we'll be starting the reading around 5 p.m. and then going into Aarti. So we'll be live streaming from next Saturday with the second reading, and we'll try to post the details mostly on the YouTube channel. So please join us if you can. Om Bhadram Karnebihi Shunuyam Devah Bhadram Pashyemakshbhiryajatraha Sthirairangayir Satushtavam Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Om Swastina Indro Vradashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Staraksharishthanemihi Swastino Brihaspatiir Dadhatu. Jai Shri Ram Chandra Ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Gurudev. Om Swastina Indro Vradashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Staraksharishthanemi Swastino Brihaspatiir Dadhatu. Jai Shri Ram Chandra Ki Jai. Om Gananandva Ganapati Havamahe Priyanandva Priyapati Havamahe Nidhinandva Nidhipati Havamahe Vatsomamam Jani Garbadham Atmamajasi Garbadham. Param? Om Swastina Indro Vradashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Staraksharishthanemi Swastino Brihaspatiir Dadhatu. Jai Shri Ramachandra Ki Jai. Om Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Shri Sita Ramaya Namaha. Shri Sita Ramaya. Jai 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 Bajrangbali Ki Jai. Shri Jai 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 Sita Ramchandra Ji Ki Jai. Jai 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 Sita Ramchandra Ji Ki Jai Ho. Shri Sita Ram